Hello, my name is Roddis. I'm the chaplain to Martlets Hospice. And I'd like to draw your mind this week to this Friday, the 8th of May, which is the celebration of VE Day. This is a celebration of the end of war and the promise of the start of peace. Many people who were living during this time faced and lived within a world of extreme uncertainty, incredible danger. Many of these people who lived during that time, at the end of the war, faced a world that was in ashes and needed to be rebuilt. When we think about ourselves and what we're going through at the moment, it's often useful to draw parallels from the past and experiences of other human beings, so that we can distill some of the qualities that we can embody ourselves, so that we may go forward in our own lives. I'd like to draw your attention to much of the courage of the ordinary human being who lived through the 1930s or the 1940s. Somehow they managed to face this world of uncertainty, and somehow they managed to start rebuilding it, all the way from the day of VE Day. Many of these people, for us at this time, we would think of as being vulnerable, because they're often older. So many of these people may be our grandparents, our parents, even ourselves or some of our friends. One of the reasons that we're choosing to stay in isolation, we're choosing to do things very differently and to face a world that is very uncertain, is so that we can protect these very people. And these very people lived in a time and acted in a way that was greater than themselves and acted greater than their fear, in order to protect each other and to protect the generations that would come afterward, you and me. So I'd like to draw your attention to the idea that we have this word sacrifice, specifically within the Christian tradition. And sacrifice means this concept of giving up the lower for the higher, offering something to an aspect of life that you would consider meaningful and sacred. During this time, when you find that your sense of isolation and your sense of needing to stay at home is becoming slightly burdensome, when you're worried about the future and what your life may look like, when you find that you cannot teach your children anything more today because they're driving you mad, remember this word sacrifice, that you can choose to purposely sit within these situations and make a good from them, to be hopeful in them. Because the reason that you're doing this is so that many people are kept safe. This is something greater. This is something to do with we and us, not only just me and mine. During this Friday, there will be a period at 3:55 and at 4 p.m. where many of the town criers, I think, would want to cry out for peace, and many of the bells in the churches and cathedrals will ring out for peace. I encourage you at this time to send a prayer or a wish for peace, for yourselves and for other people, to know that you are part of this whole collective that is purposely adapting to the world so that many people may remain safe, so that many people may remain healthy, to continue living in this world that is so precious to us. So I wish you a very peaceful Friday and a very peaceful weekend. And I wish you great peace going forward. Thank you.